What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tiny Tyler, and in today's video, we're discussing Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power, Season 3 teaser trailer just dropped at San Diego Comic-Con, and we're going to watch it, we're going to review it, react, discuss all the things. So if you don't want to watch it, if you don't want to see it for whatever reason, click off the video now, because I'm literally going to play it. We're going to react to it in real time. I just got to say, this is going to be my second day in a row making a video. And there's probably going to be a few more to come. This is the first time I've ever been following San Diego Comic-Con in real time, like as things are being dropped and released and discussed and all the information's coming out. And it's just really fucking exciting. I've never been making YouTube videos about this stuff because, yeah, I don't know. It's just so much fun. And thank you all for being here. That out of the way, you've been warned about the spoilers and if you want to see this or don't want to see this. And let's get into it.
Now is the mighty hour come.
The Dark Lord is on the brink of crafting a
The
new
ring
power.
is coming.
One ring to rule them
Okay.
all.
What are they doing with the orcs?
It's got armies scouring Middle-earth.
Middle-earth will burn.
Gandalf's interesting. The costumes, though. Can we just... Craxies,
Good to you.
can we just talk about the fucking
Will be
costumes?
the price of saving it.
Like the design. Ugh, chills. The upside down. Let's go. Wait, where's our boy Isildur? Like, the Nazguls look dope. And the crowns. Ugh.
Come with me.
Like, what's going on there?
The Dark Lord. We have to stop him.
You are the Dark Lord. Okay, I'll stop.
The shadow rises in Middle-earth.
He dyed his hair.
How would you like to rise with it?
Okay, book readers. Okay, wow. The people who have read the Lord of the Rings books, that hammer he's holding, is that the weapon that's in... I know this is from the appendices of the Lord of the Rings, so it's not like the actual canonized lore that Tolkien wrote that predates the Fellowship of the Ring. But is that hammer, is that the weapon that inevitably becomes like that mace that he wields in the very beginning of the Fellowship of the Ring? Because it kind of looks like maybe that could be something that, like a weapon that how do I want to phrase this? A weapon that can be forged into that mace with all those spikes. There's probably a specific name for that, but anyway, kind of curious on that. It looks like it might be, but I don't know. I've never read the books. Huge fan of all of like the Hobbit films and of course the Lord of the Rings. Like I grew up on that shit. The Lord of the Rings films for me, the original three, like they were my Star Wars growing up. Played all the video games, everything. And so, this is fucking awesome. I love what they're doing with the costumes. Like with the Nazguls in particular. Like I think it's really cool because now we're like in the Fellowship of the Ring, right when Frodo gets stabbed, right? You see Frodo with the ring on and he sees the Nazguls as like the kings, but they're kind of like dead, but they look more like humans. And then we see the Nazguls in reality and there's these shadow creatures with hoods on. They have these cloaks on. And it feels like what they're doing here is they're striking a cool middle ground where it's like we're seeing them like after they're taken over by Sauron's darkness, but before they become just like, I don't know, shadow covered in cloak. I don't know how else to phrase it. And I think it's really cool. The crowns, the crown for Durin and the crowns for the Nazguls, plus like that shit looks so fucking cool. Like whether it's accurate to the book or not isn't really the scope of what I'm talking about here. I'm judging this based off of this. I really like what they do with the elves, and this seems to be a theme about what they're doing with the show from a general standpoint. And I can see this is probably where like book fans kind of get deterred. But like the original films, right? Everything was more mythological. The orcs they didn't have a sense of humanity to them. Like they were structured anatomically in a similar enough fashion that you could tell that they were probably humans at one point. But They didn't feel like they had emotion and a sense of identity. They didn't feel like there was a sense of individuality, even though like Sauron doesn't control them like a hive mind. At least in my opinion, it always kind of felt like that was the case. But here in this show, they're giving them like individuality, which is interesting because it seems like their motives are questioned. It seems like their loyalty is questioned. And I think this is an interesting point because they're doing this with every species in Middle Earth in this show. They even do it with Sauron himself, where he takes the form and shape of the different species. Like in this trailer, it looks like he's back to being a man. We've seen him as an elf, and you can see him like puppeteering everything behind the scenes, right? And I find this interesting because they're humanizing everything. Like even Sauron in the original films, he felt like a deity, an evil deity that was always evil, was always going to be evil, and he was born evil. But in this, it seemed like he was being groomed by, what's his name, Maya? If I'm saying that right, if I'm recalling that right. And he's continuing to groom himself to become even more evil. It's almost like he realizes he's evil and he wants to become more evil. Just like how some people make a good amount of money, but they want to make more money. And I find this interesting because, again, it's like they're humanizing all of these different species in different ways that the films, for one, they didn't really have the time to, even though they were 3-hour films. There's a difference between a 3-hour film and 8 1-hour long episodes. So they have the time for it. But it's kind of cool because now Sauron has like depth. He's not just a deity or a being that is evil and just wants to destroy everything. There's more reason behind his motives. And the same thing with the orc. It even like they even have like a sense of not just the individuality like I've talked about, but like emotion and feeling. They don't all just like blindly follow Sauron, or at least that's the impression I'm getting here from this trailer. Could totally be wrong about that. And the elves are another thing. In the films, they always like came across as these like, how do I want to say, like mystical warriors, and they still embody that. They still capture that essence of the elves here, but now there's more to it. Whereas like Galadriel they showed that she had a dark side to her in the Fellowship of the Ring, but it was contained. Whereas here we're seeing her learn about that dark side, and I enjoy that. Like I love watching characters that are multi-dimensional. Like show me a Captain America who wants to fucking kill everybody, and then he explores that. Like that to me is just really cool character design. And they're not just doing that with the character design here of like one or like, not just Sauron, but like species. The only thing missing here is, what are they called? They're not the hobbits. They're the someone's gonna know it. We're gonna look this up in real time. Because I'm drawing a blank and it's gonna bother me. What are the name of the Hobbit adjacent creatures from the Ring of Power show? I'm asking ChatGPT, my wise sage friend. What do we got? Harfoots. That's it. That's exactly what it says. The Harfoots. Like I don't think we saw any of the Harfoots, which is disappointing. Like I don't know. I thought they were so cool. The Gandalf thing is interesting to me though, because it's like, I'm sure they'll tie it all together, but Gandalf just kind of feels misplaced. It almost feels like they're throwing Gandalf in there because they can. Not necessarily because he fits that much into the plot. I'm willing to be wrong about that because, again, maybe when in a year from now, when season 3 is over and done with, I'll be like, okay, I was wrong. He fit in perfectly, and well done to the writers, well done to the team. But right now, just like with where we left off in season 2, he just feels like they're throwing him in there because they can, not because it necessarily makes sense yet. But all in all, like I gotta say, I'm really fucking excited about this show. I love seeing this stuff come to life more. It recontextualizes a lot of the characters in different ways, and I find that cool. And again, just the fact that it seems like they're humanizing every species and different individuals in this show in a way that feels different, and it feels cool to explore the depth and nuance of these characters in a light that at least I've never seen before. So those are my thoughts. I would love to hear from you all down below. What do you think about the trailer? Are you excited? Are you not? Are you a book fan, or are you just a film fan? And for my book fans out there, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the matter because, again, I haven't read the books before. So anyway, that's it. That's all, y'all. Peace out.